Hello Gambia, your television experience is about to be transformed to the next level. Enjoy amazing features with the new DTT decoder by XCAF. Watch television in high definition and excellent sound quality. Watch Gambian channels such as GRTS, QTV, Star TV, Paradise TV and MTA with one decoder, all for free. That's not all. For a monthly subscription of $510, you get 60 international channels from your favorite football leagues, news, African movies, telenovelas, cartoons and much more. Get the decoder for $2,040, which comes with free installation, 24/7 customer and technical support all year round, and 1 month free subscription for only $510 thereafter. Get the decoder at XCAF Gambia, located at Hendon Court Building, former Dream Park, Senegambia, or through approved dealers. For more info, call 446-1060 or 446-1061. The world is at your fingertips with the XCAF DTD decoder.
Falindir balle bina sotola alka television jube nyameng Escaf Gambia ye DTT decoder kutamal lenati dameng alse GRTS QTV Star TV Paradise TV ani MTA be soto min na natalol anin kuma kangol be senearing lew andung ite fenjola DTT decoder akesang dalasi wuli fula ani dalasi tanani doronga andung ibe sola karikilina ye bantala bankol la channel jama jube andung ite kodi wo kodi jola ni la fitaka kontine ka min siata ye channel tan woro la jube katake ye subscribe wolom kari kari ibe dalasi kemelulu ani dalasi tan donne jola ise football league channelol be jube news African movies telenovela film dima balu musical ani cartoon pour dindingol alta DTT decoder sang Escaf la showroom mimbe Senegambia wotumo Dream Park be dame warang ila agentol minul be bankokan ali kumandi 446-1060 446-1061.
onon gambinaɓe mbimi joni kala ko fate fanno télévision do e nder leydi ndi oɗon wawi hebde ɗum no jiɗiɗon ni weltare e DTT decoder kesso pulmo Escaf antani won de téléji gondi ɗo e nder leydi ndi ko wayno GRTS QTV Star TV Paradise TV e MTA ɗiɗo téléji foof goni koye decoder goto te on jobata hen haydara mbimi minen Escaf min kaɗani toon tan 1.5 lewru foof jobata keɓa caneluji 60 gondi caggal leydi ko wayno football leagues kibaruji African movies telenovela cartoons e goɗɗi decoder men o no weeɓi ha no fewi ujunaji 250 tan jobata bandiraɓe kala caɗele ɗe keɓɗon ko minen garata min fewnano on ha moƴƴa te min kokkon lewru mo ganduɗa on jobata kadi kono so on lewru yewti mon komiso yobde 1.5 lewru foof oɗon mbawi hebde decoder men ndi to Escaf Gambia Hendon Court Building to Dream Park Senegambia wonno walla kadi oɗon mbawi noddude men e 446-1060 walla 446-1061 mbimi bandirabam so tawi koye Escaf DTT decoder o jogiɗon aduna o foof woni koye nder juuɗe mon.
Ni ngeen di seetaane télévision mu ngi waaja soppeeku bu baax Escaf Gambia ñoo indi DTT decoder yu bees di ngeen ci am GRTS QTV Star TV Paradise TV ak MTA te doo fay dara DTT decoder yi ñaari junni ak ñeent fukki dalasi rek la mooy jar teg ci dinañ la may lu toll ci benn weer di nga seetaan yeneen channel si biir àddina si te doo fay benn xaalis waaye boo bëggee continuer seetaan lu weesu juróom benn fukki channel da nga war a subscribe maanaam weer bu nekk di nga fay juróomi téeméer ak fukki dalasi rek nga seetaan football leagues yépp si àddina si news African music telenovela film yu neex music cartoon pour xale yi ak yeneeni channel kon nag gaaw leen na gaaw jënd DTT decoder sa Escaf showroom ba ca Senegambia fi Dream Park nekkoon mbaa seeni agents yu nekk ci biir réew mi call leen 446-1060 446-1061 ak DTT decoder àddina bi mu ngi si sa cati loxoy.
Bunyul Fitness Center Body Max.
See the wine, I see fire for body. And if you follow me, go now, enjoyment go kill 'em. Baby girl, you bad, girl, the way you whine. I demand over you, girl. I demand over you, girl. Say you are my woman, my superwoman. I demand over you, girl. I demand over you, girl. See the wine, I see fire for body. And if you follow me, go now, enjoyment go kill 'em.
mbijan do bakandro
ko ngalla janna kibaro moy kalka sola bagaso wafu
e ka fontelle ko sola enterprise fo fendi nabe dendi sola la fannala la sola la bundal ndella ko do kuwo ke mole janka sola joran kendo natala dum min nata na ko fanandiya birin gambia jam fo gambia e bantala nga bagasol samba be ton ka do ku kendo be ke mo be ni nga do ko ke momo ndi en ka sanji kilin garantie dilale nyin kama ko la do ko lanno so waran ni tema
bagasi falle
bagaso min bijay fofe nabe dendi sola la bundala la sola la fannala a bagaso sifa be bijay lightning and pumping system ndella fanan ko ke mole min be dendi na ko ni dandal ni kordal ka jiodi alla ni ka lampo fanan sika ka diala wo pumping wolbe dendi gadinol ni ku kotal ni la ji ko ni la fama bela lightning wala dimbani ku kotal danno mu sola enterprise tin ko la kali
fam sola
fofe be dendi sola la hajo la janne be loro
wato tente bul bagasol tan
adum fana be ku fula la leje bunda fula fana be mbulle fan ka bonan dami anin dula ba fula safonya America ni Europe na fan ka bana wolta dum doron no mote min ka fenken do na te sola la bagasol kana te nyam banko kanya
abanta bagasol tan
ngata.
For more information, call 7171998. 7171998 for New Fitness Center Body Max.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Gunjur News online viewers, welcome to another edition of Daily COVID-19 show. Today's show is about environment. I have Famara Drammeh with me, and also Omar A.J. Saho will join us later tonight. But as usual, I'm welcome Famara to the show. Then I'll give you a brief update about COVID-19. This pandemic is still here. In fact, is out of hand completely, as Anthony Fauci described earlier today, that we are knee deep into the first round, the first wave. You know, it's not even second wave. It's only Iran that is, I think, experiencing the second wave. But at the same time, we have a lot of environmental challenges in the Gambia, especially along the Combo Coast. So we will be discussing those challenges. Famara, how are you? Hello, Famara. Famara, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, so welcome. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give a brief update about COVID-19, then we will continue with this show.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, thank you. So guys, as you are aware, COVID-19 announced its arrival in December 2019. And to date, 11,848,260 people got infected with COVID-19. Out of that, 543,609 dead. And the number of people who recovered from COVID-19 stands at 6,813,707. These recovered population are going to help us understand the pathology of this virus, and also it could serve as a source of therapy for people suffering from COVID-19 infection. You know, but there are mixed news about COVID-19 immunology. You know, today's report is telling us that, in fact, this recovered population, their immunity might not last longer. That means you can get reinfected if you come across with somebody who is infected COVID-19. And another bad news about COVID-19 pandemic is the aerosol route of transmission. Initially, there was a debate, but increasingly there is evidence that actually this virus could hang in air. Whereby you can get it just like TB and others. So that will make it very, very, very difficult to control. So the vaccination cannot come quick enough. But currently, number of people with COVID-19 infection stands at 4,490,900 people. And out of that, 4,432,954 in mild conditions. So the mild conditions which again, according to today's report, about 80% of COVID-19 infected individuals are asymptomatic. That means they are showing no signs of symptoms. That means only 20% show some form of symptoms. And that those symptoms include a headache, fever, persistent cough, and in rare instances, loss of sense of smell and taste. Also, there is another symptom of COVID-19, which is described as COVID-19 toe, whereby you have a blister on top of your toe, and if you happen to scratch it, it develops into an open wound. Number of people who are seriously or critically ill with COVID-19 infection stands at 57,946. Past 24 hours alone across the world, there are 115,635 new cases and 346,000 dead. That's across the world. Past 24 hours, America recorded 23,202 new cases, 505 dead. Brazil, 17,468 new cases and 537. And ironically, Brazilian President Bolsonaro tested positive today for COVID-19. This guy's attitude against this pandemic was nothing short of being disrespectful. He called it the little flu, but unfortunately, he, because of his laissez-faire attitudes towards this pandemic, he refused to wear face masks to the public. In fact, at some point, the judiciary have to intervene and force him to wear face mask in public spaces, which if he is not, they were charging him $450, I think, per day. India recorded 23,135 new cases and 479 dead, and Russia 6,368 new cases and 195 deaths. And Gambia also, the numbers start piling up. Past 2 weeks alone, we have 50% of our total cases. Past 24 hours, we have 2 new cases. If you put that to 48, that is 6 in total. So Gambia numbers now start at 61, and we have another casualty. This is a nurse, which is very, very worrying. That means if medical care workers start having COVID-19, that should be a real worry for everybody associated with the Gambia. So I don't have the record for past 24 hours for countries that are very, very close to the Gambia, but I will give you their overall total. Ivory Coast is not faring well. They registered 10,966 so far, and Senegal registered 7,547 cases so far. Past 24 hours, they have 69 new cases. And Guinea-Conakry so far registered 5,610, and Mauritania 4,948 cases, and Mali recorded 2,331 cases so far, and Bissau 1,790 cases, and Sierra Leone so far recorded 1,547 cases, and Burkina Faso 1,003 cases so far. Past 24 hours, they registered 3, and Gambia, as I said earlier, registered 3 new cases. So this is very much in line with WHO prediction that this virus will peak in West Africa around June, July, which is very much in accordance. So that will take us to our today's topic. I have 2 environmentalists by practice and by training. So today's topic is about illegal sand minings and the challenges that faced in Combo. If you are following the social media, my timeline, Famara and Omar, because we normally exchange this information, we manage successfully. We're going to claim this because recent years, the environmentalists, from Combo, enjoy a lot of forestation, but in a matter of a week, we managed to successfully stop at least second one temporarily, but the other one in Gunjur is stopped permanently because of the PR. because what actually happened, there was a meeting going on, in fact, in Gunjur, where the former local government minister, Akibayo, come to see their family to discuss about selling the dunes, in Medina Salam to these sand miners. But as soon as we got the information, before they even got out, we put this information out there, and he decided, you know what, as far as I'm the elder of this clan, this is not going to happen. So that is gone. And also we've seen the pictures in Brufut, which actually happened a little bit earlier, but it stopped temporarily. And we believe now, with the information out there, that might actually stop. Famara, welcome to our weekly environmental show. In fact, if it is possible, we will return this back 1 hour before, so we can have Farmer Fofana also. He'll want to come, but if it is 2 p.m. Eastern time, if that is no problem with two of you, we will go back to that. How is that with you guys?
Yeah,
from next week.
That should be okay with me.
That's
from
fine.
This week. Yeah.
Okay, and also, Famara, do you want to volunteer to present something, anything about environment next week, the same time?
Next week, okay, I can see. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, if you agree on it, you just give me the information. I will do the flyer, and if possible, Omar, the following week, then we go like that. I think that's better. We look at something that is definitely affecting Gambia, and we, educate the general public and also the politicians. You cannot say they are monitoring the social media keenly, because I made that audio in Gunjur Development Forum. Within minutes, Akibayo got it. I don't know, because somebody called him and said, well, I have this information. He said, well, I hear the audio already, and it helps. So we have to keep up the momentum. Our politicians are distracted. You can see there's too much politics. Nobody is, is talking about issues that is actually destroying that country. So we have to double up. So, Famara, can you give us the update about what is happening in Brufut? Because everybody wants to know. We've seen the pictures, we've seen the VDC at the scene. What is the latest? And if you
thank
give
you
us
so much, Ahmed.
the genesis, just the overall genesis of the whole issue.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much, Ahmed. I'm happy to be here again. Once again, I've missed the program for a couple of times due to my busy schedule, but I'm glad to be here today. And then listening to you, giving those figures on the COVID, it looks like we all need to be very, very careful about this thing.
Careful,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is still here with us. So I hope our countries will actually, fasten their belts and then close those borders just to make sure we bring the numbers down, and then take care of ourselves. Right. Thank you so much for the topic today, which is the sand mining which is happening along the coastal zones in the Gambia, especially in Kombo South, and now they're coming to Brufut, which is my hometown. So just to give you a quick rundown, unlike the Gunjur one, the area in Brufut is actually a former mining site. Okay. The area has been mined for a very long time, since in the 1970s. If you can remember the Gambia Mineral Limited, they call them the GML. Those days in back home in our village, they say GML. Our fathers don't know how to pronounce GML. They say GML. So the mine in the mining site in Brufut is actually a former mining site. Okay. In fact, I remember I was probably very young when the GML was at the time. Probably I was not born yet. I'm not sure what year was it. But the last time they mined there was 2001. That one, I actually participated in that one, because I was working the forest park in Brufut, which was the wildlife park in Brufut called Karenti. I was working there at the time as a wildlife ranger. So when this company called Carnegie, I think Carnegie is from Australian company, or maybe one of those European companies. So when Carnegie was mining that area, I was actually there, and then I participated in even the EIA study, because Department of Parks and Wildlife was one of the institutions in the EIA working group. So I represented the Department of Parks and Wildlife in the impact study. And then, everything was done very professionally, very perfectly well, because before they started the mining, that the EIA study was done. And then they did a social and ecological impact study. The community of Brufut were consulted, and they had a series of meetings with the Kanaji and to introduce the project to them. And then the community were able to ask, very good questions like, how is the project going to benefit them? How many cubic meters of sand was going to be taken out? So the community had a time to study the project document, and they know what their rights were, and then of course they also know the environmental implications of this mining. So they were fully informed. They had all the information that they need to make a well-informed decision and also to participate in the project, because most of the unskilled labor were coming from Brufut. In fact, some of their supervisors were native of Brufut. So they were consulted, and we know that our environment was going to be destroyed. They are going to clear the vegetation to allow this mining to happen. And then we had a Department of Forestry, and we also have Department of Parks and Wildlife. They all look into the issue based on their sectorial interest. So that was very much done. So with this one that actually just happened recently, we came to know about it because for us in the diaspora, we have a very good connection with our VDC. In fact, we have a forum whereby, they keep us up to date with what is happening in Brufut, and we also do the same. In this particular incident, the VDC informed us that a company by the name Gaj, consulted the community that they want to go back to that former mining site to do the mining again. So they had a couple of discussions with the VDC, and then we were informed. And then as an environmentalist, my first question was, did you know whether they have got an environmental approval or not? And then the VDC was not sure in the first meeting, but in the second meeting, they promised that when they come back again, we will ask them that questions. And in the second meeting, when they came, they had a meeting. Unfortunately, I would say they just said they had an environmental approval. But I asked the VDC, do they have any copy of the environmental approval they got? They couldn't prove it at the time. They couldn't prove it at the time. But I was also able to make my own consultation at the National Environment Agency where I used to work before. And then to my surprise, there was no even application from Gaj for environmental, for mining in Brufut. So based on that, VDC was able to challenge them and say, well, we found out that you guys didn't apply for environmental approval, or you don't even have an environmental approval. So to our surprise, I think the colleague from geology.
Okay. Famara, you are mute. Yeah, mute. Okay, go ahead.
All right, sorry, I had a call. So when they were told that they don't have an environmental approval, well, I think geology was trying to use the old environmental approval that was given to Kanaji 17 years ago, 18 years ago.
What?
I mean, that cannot be possible, Yeah, I mean, they want to use the same environmental approval because they did EIA in the same area before, and they want to use the same environmental approval for this particular company again. And I tell them, no, it cannot work like that, because one, there are two different companies, and then two, the environmental conditions 17 years ago is quite different from now. And then there is no way that you can issue one environmental approval for two companies. That's not even possible. And then based on that, NEA was able to act very quickly. They called a very stakeholder meeting where the Ministry of Energy was involved, NEA was involved, the GACH was involved, and then also representative from Forestry and Wildlife. They made a joint field visit to the area, based on the information that we provided them. And upon arrival, they look at the situation and they told GACH that you need to apply for environmental approval. So since then, that clearing that they did, they never went ahead yet at the moment. So at this point in time, the issue is being handled by the National Environment Agency, and we are very hopeful that even in the event the mining is going to go ahead, they will follow the environmental procedures because that is what is required by the law.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Famara. That is just shows the level of corruption in that country. Because how can somebody use an EIA of 17 years ago when probably most of those buildings are not even there, and decide to use that for this one? And also the most worrying, how close these places. And if you look at the way they dug the trench, it looks like the guy want to use the sea to actually flood those mines, which is going to be very, very worrying for the water table. And we've also seen the vegetation cover around that end. If mining start there, the implication on the ecosystem is just going to be devastating. But what I want the viewers to know, if you see people with bulldozers in your backyard, you have all right as a citizen to go and ask questions. You know, who sent you here? Do you have the environmental impact assessment? And also the communities need to know the environmental impact assessment have to involve them. That's what they call community consultation. So I hope the Brufut people are aware of that. If they see them there without, if they don't consult them again, they know it's not completed, because they need to come and tell them, you know, the pros and cons of that mining. If they will agree to it, you know, they have the final say. So Omar, I'm going to let you in here. I think you've seen the pictures, how close the place is, and also you've seen the vegetation being stripped off. You know, what do you think the impact of this mining, if it is allowed to go ahead, will have on that the fragile ecosystem around that end?
Well, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you clearly, loud and clear.
It's going to be a major impact on the fragile ecosystem of the southern coastline of the Gambia, not only in Brufut, but sand mine is a major issue, you know, in Brufut, in Sanya, in Gunja, something in Khartoum. It's going to destroy the natural beach of these areas, because you realize that it's going to result in habitat loss for some of the also wildlife species that use that area for their, you know, for their breeding ground, for their roosting ground, and even for their layover, like for the birds, the sea turtles. But the most important thing is the livelihood of the Gambian people, because we realize that the southern coastline of the Gambia, these are like, you know, low-lying wetlands. People use those for the agricultural lands and as well as for rice paddies. So if we excavate the entire area, it's going to undermine the water table. And if that happened, that is going to result in like loss of livelihood opportunity for the local women people who rely on the area for rice paddy during the rainy season, and who also rely on the same zone as horticultural gardens during the dry season. Because if you have like all these like heavy trucks going down the like, you know, fragile ecosystem, it's going to compact the soil, it's going to undermine the water table of that particular area, and it's also going to result in high turbidity of the water. The water quality is going to go down. This thing, because the sand cliffs along the southern coast of the Gambia, they protect those coastal communities against, you know, erosion, against like windstorms. Because we all know that climate change is happening, and then, you know, if the main water table is supposed to rise, you know, with the heavy waves from the ocean, this results in like release of like, you know, heavy winds from the Atlantic Ocean. And it's only the sand cliffs that protects the coastal community against erosion. So if we mine to a close proximity to the beach, we are like subjecting all those coastal communities where mining is taking place to adverse environmental impacts. Not only that, also from the livelihood point of view, yes, local governments in the Gambia are going to have like, you know, their livelihood undermined. But let's talk about economic aspect. You realize that from Banjul all the way down to Khartoum, this is where we have our total development concentrated. So if we allow mining to continue down exponentially, this is going to result in like tourism development abandonment. People are going to abandon that area because you don't want to have a hotel or your lodge close to like an open excavated area. Tourists don't want to go to that places whereby the environment is so much degraded. People whose livelihood depend on tourism, people who are depend entirely on tourism infrastructure development in the country, they're going to have like, you know, serious issues in terms of having that return on investment about the money that they put in the tourism sector. Gambian youth who are employed in the tourism sector are also going to have like, you know, they're going to have unemployment, they're going to have employment. And tourists and investors who have developed heavy projects around that area, they're going to have a long-term, you know, issue of like, you know, are we going to sustain our business in the country or not? If you look at Brufut, for example, we have Sargent. You go down to Gunju area, have like all these technologies in Gunju area, which employ our own local people. So these are like, the impacts down there. It's going to impact the groundwater hydrology of the area. It's going to affect the agricultural industry of this area. It's also going to affect the tourism development of this area.
Yeah, thank you very much, Omar. Famara, you hear what the impacts are. So, Famara, listen to those. Do you think
if you look
it's
at
a good idea?
If you look at
Omar is still
if you look at the genesis, if you look at like the scale of how this thing is being conducted, Gambian people will not understand how much metric tons of sand is being mined in the country. I have got a report from the U.S. Geological Survey. They stated from 2006 about 1,390 metric tons of only silver sand was mined in the country. Where was all the silver sand coming from? In 2008, 1,065 metric tons. In 2010, 1,121 metric tons of silver sand alone. We don't talk about ilmenite, we don't talk about laterite, we don't talk about zircon, and all of these are like mineral resources that are mined in the country. Some of them stay local in the country for the local construction industry, while others are exported out the country. What are the royalties for these local communities? How much do we invest back towards restoring those lost vegetation? This is the question we ask ourselves. Do they conduct any proper environmental impact assessment? How is the local communities put in terms of the screening, the assessment of those EIA process? Do they have any proper consultation with them?
Yeah, thank you very much, Omar. I will let Famara in from there. Famara, you heard what Omar mentioned. If this mining goes ahead, what the effect it will have on the ecosystem and also the livelihood of the people, around that end. Do you think if they do the right thing, the mining should go ahead?
Well, yeah, actually, there are two cases here because, like, all mineral resources found in the Gambia belongs to the state. Okay, it doesn't matter where that mineral is located, even in your back garden, even in your house or in your compound, wherever a mineral resource is in the Gambia, in the river, in the water, anywhere, wherever a mineral resource is found in the Gambia, it belongs to the state. Okay, according to the Quarries and Mineral Act. Okay, so this means that the state has the power to mine any resources, whether it is heavy sand, we're talking about the zircon, the ilmenite, and the titanium, all those heavy sand, everything, even the oil and all those stuff. Any mineral resources found in the Gambia belongs to the state. So here the question is, this is why the role of environmental impact assessment comes into play, because one, the state can own the resources, the state can own the mineral resources, but then the National Environment Management Act also empowers to ensure that the safety of the environment, the safety of the people is put into very, very good footing, just to make sure that people are protected, our livelihood is protected, our health is protected. So despite the fact that the resources, the mineral we're going to mine belongs to the states, the NEA also ensure that people are safe, our environment is safe, the ecosystem is not destroyed. The species, especially the threatened species or endangered species, are all protected. So this is why it is. So if the mining is going to go ahead, then according to the National Environment Management Act, a full EIA needs to be conducted. A full environmental impact study needs to be done, because the NEA has the power to do that. And then if geology did not do an EIA, NEA has the power to stop that mineral resource being mined, even though they have the authority, even though they are the institution responsible for mining all resources in our country. Despite all the power they have in terms of controlling the resources. But so long as they did not follow that environmental procedure, NEA has the power to stop them until they do that, follow that environmental procedure. So this is why it's so important. So let's assume that geology has already issued license, which they already did to Gaj, because we've seen they already mined in Combo South and then since the past couple of years or so, and then probably they are almost exhausting that area. They are now moving down to Brufut. So let's assume that geology has already given them approval, but now at this stage that NEA did not give them approval, they have to go through that process, and then the process is screening. You go through the fourth stage of environmental assessment, that is screening, to see based on the project proposal they develop and they submit to NEA. NEA is going to screen the project document and see whether this project is going to be impact on the environment. And we have different classes. We have class A, class B, and then you have class C. So class A is that you need a full impact assessment. Maybe class B is that the project is going to have a negative impact, but going to be less. And then class C might be even less, to say, okay, this project probably can go ahead even without a full study. And we all know how destructive mining is. Obviously, we are all going to assume that this is going to be a class A. It's going to be classified as a class A project, which means it is going to require a full environmental impact study. So in that regard, what NEA's role is to coordinate that. And we have a national EIA working group, which consists of various institutions in the Gambia. Department of Forestry is there, Wildlife is there, Tourism is there, the Gambian Navy is there, Fisheries Department is there, Community Development is there, we have Physical Planning is there, Office of the President is there. So we have all key institutions that have a stake in the coastal zone. So all of these institutions will pay a visit to the site, and then all the institutions will look at how the impact of the mining is going to affect their various sectors. Wildlife can say, well, we have a very threatened species of birds here, or maybe we have some reptiles that are in this ecosystem, that if we do the mining, we are going to destroy their habitat, and it's possible that these species are going to be, not going to be found in this area anymore. And then, interesting enough, this is happening in a protected area, which is obviously a different route altogether, because the Biodiversity and Wildlife Act also comes into play. In the event maybe NEA did not do what they're supposed to do, then wildlife can use their act to even do some requirement. So you see, so it's a whole lot of things. So tourism development will also come in. And then the tourism will look at whether the area is very close to, tourism development area, which of course it is within the tourism development area. And then Sheraton Hotel is not very far away. We also have an Eco Lodge that is also not very far away. And then fisheries will also look at, because it's very close to two fishing sites. We have the Brufut. We have two fishing sites in Brufut. We have where the Ghana town, the Ghanaians do the fishing landing, and the other side where you have the Senegalese and the Gambians doing the fishing landing side. So the area is located between two fish landing sites, and it's also not very far away from our cultural side, which is Sane Mentereng. And then we have a Ghana town community very next door. So you see, when there is a mining going on, there is a health implication, because we all know minings are associated with chemicals, which could be leaked. If leaked under the ground or into the surface water, can have an implication on our health. Biodiversity, we all know trees are going to be bulldozed. Area is going to be cleared, as already seen. The picture that was already released a couple of days ago. So we know that some animals have already started losing their vegetation. Who knows where those animals are? They might be crossing the road because it's very close to the highway, just next to the highway. So like some of the reptiles that are very exposed now could be trying to save their life. They might be crossing the road, going to the other side of the park, which is also protected. I mean, they can be killed. There's a whole lot of environmental, things happening. So now the EIA process, the community consultation, which you highlighted, is very, very important, because what that team is going to do, the EIA working group is going to do, is when they classify this as an important, though they will not do the EIA study, they'll have to hire a consultant, an independent consultant that is going to work for the company. And then, but the EIA working group will give them all the guidelines, the components of the report, all have to be fulfilled. And then part of that component is to go to the community. Especially the Ghana town that lie next to the project site. They will have to consult the Ghanaian community in Brufut to see what is their view on this project, and then what is going to be their concern, and then what is their interest. And of course, the people of Brufut will also be consulted. Yeah, so the VDC will be working hand in hand with the company. So this means they will have to know, they will also have to study the project document, know how many cubic meters of sand these people are going to mine, and how long is the mining operation going to be. You know, we have to know all the details. Where are they going to get their staff? And then also the waste management component, because you know where there is operation, they are going to be need a number of staff working there. How are they going to dispose their solid and liquid waste? We have to know all that. You know, so the environmental impact assessment will capture all of those. You know, because we'll tell them, well, if you are going to build a toilet there, a temporary toilet, for example, for your staff, we need to know how your liquid waste is going to be disposed, because it's very close to the ozone, and it's very also, you know, the water table is also not very, it's very shallow in those areas. So this means certain toilets, if you dig it and you don't give a proper waste proposal, then you might tamper with the water table, and that will compromise our health. So the EIA look into all those things. So we can say, well, the state can defend, or geology can defend, that mineral resources are very important because this is going to bring money into our economy, you know, and then it is going to boost the livelihood of the people there, or it is going to bring income for geology and the Gambia government, for example. As we already seen the Minister of Energy during his presentation at the National Assembly, he mentioned over, is it 60 million, 69 million or whatever dollars is that the operation they get, 609 whatever thousand or dollars they got from Sanyang. That he was giving a report on that. So now we'll do, what we're going to do is economic evaluation. We're going to look at the economic cost, the opportunity cost of mining the area, and then compare to livelihood of people that are going to be lost, or our health that is going to be compromised. So sometimes we don't only look at the economic value of the mineral resources we are going to mine, but we also take care of the health of the people. Because if one person died, or a whole community get poisoned, or drink from contaminated water, I mean, that is going to be more burden on the state. You know, so obviously it will be more important to save the people's livelihoods and their life than to mine those areas. So the EIA will pick up with all those nitty-gritties, and then if the mining will go ahead, then we will come up with mitigation measures for every impact or potential impact to the environment and to the livelihood of people. That means that if you mine the area, you cut down the trees, you must restore the area back. So this means the EIA will require for a restoration plan to be developed. If it is going to affect the water table, then we'll come up with a guideline to say you should not mine too deep to the water table, you know, or if you're going to leak any chemicals during the mining operations, we will know what kind of chemicals you are going to use and how that is going to have an impact on our environment. We can also conduct daily water analysis. We can collect water samples from the mining site every day, just to make sure that our drinking water is safe. You know, we can also reduce the noise pollution because the power equipments are going to be utilized. So in that process, we can say you can build a generator house, make sure at night or at the evening when the operation is going on, it does not disturb the Ghanaians when they are sleeping, they are resting during the day. You know, we can say the working hours could be from 6 a.m. up to 4 p.m. After 4 p.m., no more mining operations, so people can sleep. Because sometimes these Chinese, they even work overnight. You know, you never know. So, I mean, how come people going to sleep overnight when you have a power equipment running 24 hours? So the EIA will be able to pick up with all that and then give people their due, you know, what they deserve, and also giving the environment what they deserve. So that's what is going to be there, Ahmed, just to give you a little bit information about, you know, the procedures of the EIA.
Yeah, thank you very much, Famara. There is one, you mentioned a lot of things, and but one of the most significant was all mineral resources belongs to the state. What about if these happen to be people houses? Does the EIA determine the compensation, or if that's not the EIA job? And also considering the safety of people and the environment, don't you think these geology, before they give the licensing, they should obtain an updated EIA first? What do you think should come first, geology, can unilaterally give the lancing without the EIA, or they need the EIA first before they can give lancing? How do you think this should happen?
Can I come in there?
Yeah, Omar, go ahead. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Famara,
because the mining
for giving us that breakdown. I think license should not be given before you start an operation. This is supposed to be like the main environment advice in most cases, in the simple sense that once a particular project approach the National Environment Agency in the Gambia or Geology in the Gambia, they have to first look at screening. They have to just screen. And in the screening process, they have to identify whether an EIA report is required or there's no EIA that's supposed to be required for this particular area. If they require the EIA for that particular mining operation, let's say in Zimbabwe, in Brufut right now, they have to do what they call scoping. The scoping is where you need to have the public consultation, the public involvement. The public have to come and give you their opinion. At this particular moment, you have not even approved their EIA yet. You don't give them the go-ahead. This is all part of the stakeholder meeting. This is all part of the EIA process. Yeah. So when you do the scoping, then the next step you have to move that is like the impact assessment. This is what Famara talked extensively on that area. You look at what they call the baseline social impact assessment. You interview almost every individual, almost every primary stakeholder in that particular community. You ask them, are they going to feel confident? How is the road safety? How is the pollution area in terms of pollution, in terms of like PM 2.5? These are like small drivers or small sand particles that are going to blow in the west. You ask them about those things. You bring water expert or soil expert to come and also do the soil survey, the sample survey, analyze all those things. You have economic expert to do the economic evaluation of the livelihood of those people. Then once you are able to synthesize or have all this impact assessment being done, then you can go down to the mitigation measures. What is going to be the impact management by this particular company? They have to tell you, okay, if you do all this excavation here, this is how you want to mitigate or at least manage your impact. And after doing all those things, now they will have to produce the EIA report for you. And once they provide EIA report from the social background, economic perspective, and all of the livelihood impact that they're going to have, then you have to go and review again, involve the community, environmentalists, local villagers, alcalos, the BDCs, and all of those people have to come and then have a public involvement to review the EIA. After doing that revision now, you have the government, you have the villagers, you have the major stakeholders involved, then now you can make your decision either to approve or reject. But in the Gambia, all what we'll do is like at some point in time, you realize that, oh, there's a mining activity going on in village A or B or C. But do they involve all the primary stakeholders or all the relevant stakeholders in the country? This is where we put the question mark, only God knows. Because it's not only stuck at government institutions. They have to go down to the villages. They have to go down to individuals in those areas. And then once you are able to have all those things, then you can go ahead and give a particular approval to a particular company. But if company A does an impact assessment in year 2017 or 2018, you cannot translate the same impact assessment on a different geographical region because the context might be different. So these are the various things that the government of the Gambia, people have to understand. These are some of the things that every Gambian citizen have to understand, that, you know what, you don't just give a licensing company to a particular corporation down there. And even if you give them the approval right now, what is going to be the reality? What is going to be the impact? What is going to be like the benefit for the village? What is going to be the long-term strategy to restore those open pits? Yes, even though the government owns the resources in the Gambia, yes, that's quite true. But what does the villages have to go? Does all these projects in the country, are they pro-poor? What are the long-term sustainability? Do they have any benefit on the poor people in the country? We are talking about youth unemployment. We are talking about sustainable developments in the country. We are looking at something that have to do like both economic, social, and the health impact of the people in the country. So we have to run all those analysis and all those examination and assessment simultaneously before we arrive at the approval of an EIA study for a particular mining corporation in the operation in the country. So just to sum up, I think that's something very important to highlight.
On this Brufut issue, we publicize it as much as possible, because what's happened in Gunjur was that no proper environmental impact assessment were done. As Famara said, this mineral belongs to the states. So they mine the dunes. They mine the dune between the Faroes and the Ozone. Then they mine the dunes between the Faroes and the villages. So now it's left to the Faroes. The Faroes, which were the lowland, now become the highland. So now they cannot mine because these are people's farmlands. So what they do is they will go to these Kabilos individually and offer them money, incentive, as little as 250,000, so they can man their furrows. Once they finish one compound, they go to another compound without no environmental impact assessment. So if we should capitalize on this issue and publicize to sensitize the nation that these are the procedures. What happened in Gunjur, Sanyan, and Katong are all illegal. So this is what is happening in Brufut. We should all make sure if it is going to happen, the community is properly compensated, the environment is properly protected, the health and safety of the locals also is properly protected. Famara, for the last rounds of talk, we have like 9 minutes. And before I give you the chance to talk, I just want to give you a head up that very soon they will be mining from the bottom of the ozone in the Gambia, and they're going to start around Saro. They do all the, according to them, they've done all the environmental impact assessment. They give them the landing sites, and they said it's possible to mine around Saro area for 5 years for the sand needs of the Gambia. So that will save the remaining dunes. So I think it's important as environmentalists, we go and research about the environmental impact of that as well. Just to, sensitize the politician, but all paper, everything is in place. It's just a matter of time before they start, because I got this information from one Gambian who is involved. The Chinese are going to be doing it. But I've seen the technology is actually taking place in Southeast Asia, where they are taking sand from the bottom of the ozone around India and that, but I wouldn't know. I know it is going to have some kind of effect on the environment, but comparing the two, the coast mining and also at the bottom of the ozones. So maybe from next week, this is something after your presentation we can talk about, or Omar can research it and make it, his presentation, whatever, or me, whoever. So Famara, for the final part of this conversation, what do you want to say to exactly the village development community of Brufut and also the authorities? Because we suffered a lot environmentally. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Famara,
thank
can
you
you
so
hear
much.
me?
With regards to our VDC, we are in very close contact. Yeah, I can hear you.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, so we are in a very close contact with our VDC. So that one, I have no doubt. Any update or any new information, they will let us know. And then also, I have so much confidence in the National Environment Agency, because it's one of the professional institutions we have in the country when it comes to environmental issues. So their quick action, to hold GACH responsible and geology to inform them that they need an environmental approval. That's a clear manifestation that I have a trust that they will follow the due process of the law. And of course, we as the community will be engaged no matter what. And then we will actually protect the interests of our community, both in terms of our environment and of course our health. So that's something we are not going to compromise about that. So I personally have a lot of experience in this. Like I said, I've participated in the first EIS study that was done in 2001 by Carnegie Minerals. And then also, if you could recall, it was the same Gambia Mineral Limited, owned by the former president, that was mining in Sanya, that we were able to stop. And then, they were not having any environmental approval. They did not have any environmental approval at all those days. And we did not hesitate, arresting them or even stopping the president's truck from mining. So we did that, and in protecting our environment. So I expect the same with other civil servants to do the same. Let them not hesitate. It doesn't matter where the company comes from, who is behind the company, but what is important is to enforce the laws, because the Gambia belongs to all of us. When people mine in areas that they are not supposed to mine, or they do not follow environmental procedures, it's not going to only have the impact on the environment alone, but we, the human, also will have an impact. So that's something that, we all have to watch. And then if any issues come in your back garden, like you said, you have all right to question your National Assembly members, concern as your VDC, and we are past those days when you see people, they say, oh, the government brought them here. We don't know why they are here. The government brought them. I mean, you have the right to find out who brought them there. So imagine if the VDC did not consult us, for example, or maybe they took geologists' word for it that the environmental approval that was given to Carnegie is still valid for Gach to use and do the same. Imagine if the VDC did not consult, then they would have assumed that everything was okay, and then probably NEA would not even be aware that they are mining, or probably they already, by the time they know about it, mining have already started and the destruction is already done. So these are some of the things that we all should all be, watch out in our environment and see whatever is happening. Let us not hesitate to report them. Reporting an issue, you're only saving the environment. In fact, you are saving people's life, because when a chemical is mistakenly leaked into the groundwater, it can affect a lot of people, their livelihoods, and now even our life. So I think that's very, very important that we watch out and take care of, actually. So Ahmed, basically that's it for now. For regards to Burfoot issue, we are on top of the issue, so we'll keep you updated. And then, NEA is there for us. That's the institution mandated to protect environmental issues in the Gambia, and we are very much confident in them. I personally worked there before, know the type of people who are there, very professional people, very institution, that is very hard-working people. So I have no doubt that they will do the right thing.
Yeah, thank you very much, Famara, for that. As I said at the beginning, recently we don't have much to celebrate, but I think last week we have very much to celebrate. But just yesterday, we've seen an iconic baobab tree being chopped down in Khartoum, and the latest information, in fact, I got is fallen. I think we also, Omar, as eco trouble interest, we can sensitize the communities. If these people, even the locals, will want to pay money to go and see those kind of trees and take pictures. That might be very close to 1,000 years, if not more. And similar ones also in Gunjuru, I've seen few, which are facing serious threat. What do you think we can do to save these remaining iconic big trees, around in our communities or around our local forests?
Well, that will not only be confined to, let's say, trees in the country, but let's talk about the sand mine issue or the entire contemporary environment issue in the Gambia. The Gambia is at a very critical moment that we need to embrace, we need to nurture, we need to advance and promote environmental education in our school systems. We need to promote environmental, sensitization programs in our communities, because most of the time, the people who make these kind of decisions at community level, if you look at our leadership structures in our VDCs, in our community, in our settings, these are people who does not that much understand the value about the ecology, the economic, the social value of the natural resources. So they just tend to do things out of the short-sightedness. But once we promote environmental education, we promote environmental sensitization, both at grassroots level, both in our school curriculums, that is going to help the Gambian people to understand the importance of our natural resources and the efforts we need to conserve the remaining fauna and flora in the country. If you look about the things about the sand, some of the people in Gunju or in Badakungo or in Sanyang or in Burfoot, they just have a sand cliff, We can just go down and excavate everything, half one out of it. So once we promote the education system of that one, they're going to have that much understanding, and they'll be able to make their own comparison in terms of their decision making. So going on to the issue of the program in Sanya, in Khartoum, what is the most valuable thing is the local communities in the Gambia need to know that yes, the forest cover in the Gambia is drastically going down, and we need to do all measures possible to conserve both the qualities like the baobab tree, the silk cotton tree. This is the local bantamas we have in our communities. The big mahogany trees in our communities, because they are very important. Once we chop all those things out, one, they provide food source for some people who need baobab juice and all of those stuff, who need the local the slippery stuff for their local serious coast in the country. They talk about the especially like medicinal trees. Once we are able to cut down all those trees, we are also understanding either the medicinal value of them, either the value or the embracement, the enjoyment of seeing those things. Even the tourist purpose, because Khartoum is identified as eco spot in the Gambia. They have won so many projects. They have the Coast Project, which was sponsored by the UNDP. It was in Khartoum. They have Stala, they have Alahin, and they have all these ecotourism places in Khartoum. And if tourists are in Khartoum, they are not in Khartoum because of the fancy lifestyle. They are in Khartoum because of the culture. They want to go down to Balantakunda. They want to go down to Berekuntu. They want to go down to Halahin. They want to go and look at the Bantango. They want to go down there and look at all these big historical sites in the village, so at least they can understand the ecotourism center and settings of Khartoum, have that history, embrace and nurture that historical legacy of the village. So, be it Khartoum, be it Gunju, be it somewhere in the remote area in the Gambia, in Jara, in Bulle, in Sandu, and all of those parts, we ensure the remaining historical sites in the country are preserved. We can turn those ones and then promote ecotourism to have an economic incentive for the local village. So at least our conservation efforts in the Gambia, they also have to go with what is the gain, the return on investment for protecting those resources in the country.
For that brilliant time. And also I'm going to tell you, beside environment, Combo especially is faced with lot of challenges. So this platform also is standing up to make sure to bring Combo together and speak one language. If we need to take a political position, be it. But I will be calling on you once in a while to join that discussion, which happens every Monday, depending if you are free. But I hope this one will continue now, 2 p.m. Eastern time on weekly basis. If we are 4 people, at least if we can get 2 or 3 at a time, that is perfectly fine. Famara Fofana also will be joining us. So Famara, if you agree on your topic, just give it to me for advance purpose. Then I will prepare the flyer and we can all say it. Thank you all very much for your time. I hope to see you again next Tuesday. For our beautiful viewers, thank you for your time, and please share this video.
Thank you.
Hello Gambia, your television experience is about to be transformed to the next level. Enjoy amazing features with the new DTT decoder by XCAF. Watch television in high definition and excellent sound quality. Watch Gambian channels such as GRTS, QTV, Star TV, Paradise TV and MTA with one decoder, all for free. That's not all. For a monthly subscription of $510, you get 60 international channels from your favorite football leagues, news, African movies, telenovelas, cartoons and much more. Get the decoder for $2,040, which comes with free installation, 24/7 customer and technical support all year round, and 1 month free subscription for only $510 thereafter. Get the decoder at XCAF Gambia, located at Hendon Court Building, former Dream Park, Senegambia, or through approved dealers. For more info, call 446-1060 or 446-1061. The world is at your fingertips with the XCAF DTD decoder.
falindir balle bina sotola alka television jube nyameng escaf Gambia ye DTT decoder kutamalle nati dameng alse GRTS QTV Star TV Paradise TV ani MTA be soto min natalol anin kuma kangol be senearing lew andung ite fenjola DTT decoder akesan dalasi wuli fula ani dalasi tanani dronga andung ibe sola karikilina ye bantala bankol la channel jama jube andung ite kodi wo kodi jola ni la fita ka continue ka min siata ye channel tan woro la jube katake ye subscribe wolom kari wo kari ibe dalasi keme lulu ani dalasi tan donne jola ese football league channelol be jube news african movies telenovela film dima balu musical ani cartoon pour dindingol alta DTT decoder sang escaf la showroom mimbe Senegambia wotumo dream park be dame warang ila agentol minul be banko kan ani kumandi 4461060 4461061
onon gambinaɓe mbimi joni kala ko fate fanno télévision ɗo e nder leydi ndi oɗon wawi hebde ɗum no jiɗiɗon ni weltare e DTT décoda kesso pulmo escaf antani won de téléji gonɗi ɗo e nder leydi ndi ko wayno GRTS QTV Star TV Paradise TV e MTA ɗiɗo téléji foof goni koye décoda goto te on jobata hen haydara mbimi minen escaf min kaɗani toon tan 1.5 lewru foof jobata keɓa caneluji 60 gondi caggal leydi ko wayno football leagues kibaruji African movies telenovela cartoons e goɗɗi tikoɗa men o no weeɓi ha no fewi ujunaji 250 tan jobata bandiraɓe kala caɗele ɗe keɓɗon ko minen garata min fewnano on ha moƴƴa te min kokkon lewru mo ganduɗa on jobata kadi kono so on lewru yewti mon komiso yobde 1.5 lewru foof oɗon mbawi hebde décoɗa men ɗi to Escaf Gambia Hendon Court building to Dream Park Senegambia wonno walla kadi oɗon mbawi noddude men e 4461 060 walla 4461 061 mbimi bandirabam so tawi koye Escaf DTT décoder o jogiɗon aduna o fof woni koye nder juuɗe mon
ni ngeen di seetaane télévision mu ngi waaja soppeeku bu baax Escaf Gambia ñoo indi DTT decoder yu bees di ngeen ci am GRTS QTV Star TV Paradise TV ak MTA te doo fay dara DTT decoder yi ñaari junni ak ñeent fukki dalasi rek la mooy jar teg ci dinañ la may lu toll ci benn weer di nga seetaan yeneen channel si biir àddina si te doo fay benn xaalis waaye boo bëggee continuer seetaan lu weesu juróom benn fukki channel da nga war a subscribe maanaam weer bu nekk di nga fay juróomi téeméer ak fukki dalasi rek nga seetaan football leagues yépp si àddina si news African music telenovela film yu neex music cartoon pour xale yi ak yeneeni channel kon nag gaaw leen na gaaw jënd DTT decoder sa Escaf showroom ba ca Senegambia fi Dream Park nekkoon mbaa seeni agents yu nekk ci biir réew mi call leen 446 1060 446 1061 ak DTT decoder àddina bi mu ngi si sa cati loxoy
Available for short or long-term rental. A compound situated in Gunjo, south of the Gambia. A village known for its spirituality, tradition and culture being intact. The compound is surrounded by nature and 5 minutes walk to the main road leading to Brikama, Senegambia, the Atlantic Ocean and the River Gambia. A modern house with all facilities, 2 bedrooms, 2 toilets, 2 water heaters, living room and kitchen, borehole water system and solar system lighting. The compound also comes with a security and maid. Also available car rental.
Planning to have an uninterrupted electricity and water supply from solar energy in the Gambia and beyond? Worry no more, because Solar Enterprise will provide you with the solutions at reasonable cost. We have experienced personnel who can install and advise you about your electricity and water supply with a warranty period. We have good quality solar products from North America and Europe. We provide services and sell products to individuals, organizations, institutions, private offices, communities, and government. These products are solar panels, batteries, charge controllers, inverters, water pump, water heaters, freezers, submersible pumps, and general solar accessories. Visit our stores at 48 Kairaba Avenue and Brusubi Highway, or you can call us on 7657 479 980-8483, 340-9400 or 635-9906.
Gunjur Fitness Center Body Max.
And if you follow me, go now, enjoyment go kill 'em. Baby girl, you bad, girl, the way you whine, I demand over you, girl, I demand over you. Follow me go now, enjoyment go kill 'em.
Moro
Ibanya
mbijando bakandro
ko ngalla janna kibaro moy kalka sola bagaso wafu
e ka fontelle ko sola enterprise fo fendi nabe dendi sola la fannala la sola la bundal ndella ko do kuwo ke mole janka sola joran kendo natale adum min nata na ko fanandiya birin gambia jam fo gambia e bantala nga bagasol samba be ton ka do ku kendo be ke mo be ni nga do ko ke momo ndi en ka sanji kilin garantie dilale nyin kama ko la do ko lanno so waran ni tema
bagasi falle
bagaso min bijay fofe nabe dendi sola la bundala la sola la fannala a bagaso sifa be bijay lightning and pumping system ndella fanan ko ke mole min be dendi na ko ni dandan ni kordal ka jiodi alla nin ka lampo fanan sika ka diala wo pumping wolbe dendi gadi no nin ku kotal ni la ji ko ni la fanga bela lightning wolo dimbali ku kotal danno sola enterprise tin ko la ka
fam sola
fo fembe dendi sola la haajo la janne be loro
wato tenta bul bagasol tan
adum fana be ku fula la leje bunda fula fana be mbulle fan ka bonan dami anin dula ba fula safonya America ni Europe na fan ka bana wolta dum doron na moto min ka fenken do na te sola la bagasol kana te nyim banko kanya
abanta bagasol tan
ngata
Ngande ati ko di ko ba for the